What is going on, my dummies, and welcome back to another Digimon Deck Tech for 1.5. In today's episode, we're going to listen to this loud truck, and we're going to go over Blackwargreymon, the secret rare from Japan Set 2. For us, it's a secret rare for Set 1.5. He's pretty good, but I want to go over how I believe this deck needs to be focused around. So, let's get into it. Starting everything off, we have a 4-of Sunemon. Now, this is a weird choice, especially with the other Digitama that I'm running. Most people are using Caramond. Just bear with me. Sunemon is the one I'm going with. You can easily replace this with the Caramond if you want to, but his inheritable ability says, during your turn, while you have another Digimon with the same name as this Digimon gets plus 2k DP. Pretty good. This allows us to get over a lot of threats. The only thing that does not allow us to attack into with Wargreymon or Blackwargreymon is Omnimons. So that is a positive. The next one is Kenmon. His inheritable ability is when attacking once per turn, if this Digimon is level 7, gain 1 memory. Don't worry, we are playing a surplus of level 7s in this deck. I just wanted to just play some type of payoff. You can replace this with Caramond again, or you can keep this, play a Sunemon. However you want to do the Digitamas, it's up to you. Black's Digitamas are reasonably bad unless you're building around a certain core engine. So, yeah. Next up, we have a 4-of Caramond. Caramond is 3 to play normally, 0 to evolve, 2000 DP. Inheritable skill says, during our turn, if another Digimon with the same name as this Digimon enters play, trigger, draw 1 card. So basically, when we play another Blackwargreymon, we'll draw 1 card. Pretty good. Definitely not to be underestimated. Next up, we have a 2-of Goatsumon. He's 3 to play normally, 0 to evolve, 3000 DP. He has blocker, and whenever he attacks, we lose 2 memory. Now, one thing I did want to note about this is trying to fill in the 10 optional cards that I normally build a deck around. In case you wanted to know, it's 12 rookies, 12 champions, 8 ultimates, 8 megas, and then 10 cards for opinionations. Those 10 cards can be anywhere from fill-ins for level 3s or level 4s, your level 7s, option cards, tamer cards, whatever you want to put in, that's what those 10 cards are for. But my core deck strategy is 12, 12, 8, 8, 10. Goatsumon, these two fill in that spot of that 2 of the 10 of the opinionated cards. So I just wanted to make sure you guys knew that before going any farther. Moving forward, we have a 4-of Toyagumon. He is 3 to play normally, 0 to evolve, 1000 DP. He has an inheritable ability that gives us Reboot. Reboot is a very powerful ability, especially with what Black tries to do with their Reboot. So, Toyagumon definitely needs to be in this deck. I love Toyagumon in this deck. Can't ask for anything better. Moving forward, we have Megadramon. He is a vanilla. He is 2 to play normally, 0 to evolve, 3000 DP. No crazy abilities. If you didn't like how Megadramon looks, you can play Harugamon from set 1.0. I just like how Megadramon looks, so we're doing it. Moving forward, we have a 4-of Numemon. Numemon is 3 to play normally, 1 to evolve, 3000 DP, level 4. He is our vanilla. Now, you can play Tankmon over this. Tankmon does have, I think, 5000 DP over the 3000 DP. However, with Numemon, I really like playing it because 3 to play is same as some of the level 3s that you would play in your deck in the first place. So, Numemon allows us to accelerate past that level 3 point and just play a level 4 outright. While sometimes even still keeping our turn, depending on how much memory our opponent gave us, which is pretty solid. Moving up, we have a 4-of Greymon. Greymon is 4 to play normally, 2 to evolve, 4000 DP. He says, during our turn, if this Digimon has Reboot, which Toyagumon gives us, this Digimon also gains Jamming. Pretty good ability overall. This allows us to have Reboot and be able to ignore the Digimon in our opponent's security stack, which you have Millenniumons, you have the Omnimons running around. Even Imperadramons are pretty stout, so pretty good ability. Moving forward, we have a 4-of Guardromon. He's 5 to play normally, 2 to evolve, 7,000 DP. This is our generic blocker. He has blocker, and during our turn, he can't attack. Now, if you have the money and you can reach out into it, because people are going crazy over promos right now for whatever reason, I guess because card shops aren't able to have any tournaments. If you can get your hands on Greymon, the promo Greymon, this has the blocker ability like the rest of the colors have. -2 memory whenever you attack, 4 to play, 2 to evolve, 5,000 DP. If you wanted to play this over the Megadramon, be my guest, go right ahead and do it. Otherwise, Megadramon is a great choice. I mean, having 7,000 DP allows him to block and trade with a lot of level 5s in the game, so it's very beneficial. Moving forward, we have our level 5s. The first one being Megadramon. We play 4 of him. He's 6 to play normally, which is relatively low. 3 to evolve, which is high for a vanilla. 9,000 DP, which is really high. Just a vanilla. We're playing him because Black doesn't have any kind of vanillas that allow us to accelerate. Nor do they have any inheritable abilities for level 5s that are anywhere notable until their starter deck comes out with set 4. But by that time, we'll have other cards to replace this Megadramon, like, what's his name? Gogamon, I think is his name. He's a super rare from set 4. But moving forward, just a vanilla, 9,000 DP is nothing to scuff at. He can trade, or he can destroy majority of level 5s in the game. Moving forward, we have our big payoff, which is Megadramon as a 4 of. He's 8 to play normally, 3 to evolve, 7,000 DP. He has reboot, so if we have a Greymon under this Megadramon, he has jamming. Also, inheritable ability. During our turn, if this Digimon has reboot, it gains security attack +1. So if our level 6 has reboot, and we have the Greymon and Megadramon up underneath, we have reboot, jamming, and security attack +1, which is really, really powerful. You guys will know my love for this next card, Blackwargreymon. Blackwargreymon is 4 to play normally, 12 to play, or wow, well playing 4, he's 12 to play normally. What am I doing? He's 3 to evolve, 11,000 DP. He's got blocker and he has reboot, so he's able to attack and he's also able to defend. Really powerful card for Black. I think this is one that's going to be used for quite a while. Like if you're going to be playing Black, even in Battle of Omni, I feel like Blackwargreymon and the Megadramon and Greymon all coincide and want to be played in this deck. With like Zort, for example, when he comes out, like that's all these cards work around Nokia and Ty and Matt. So definitely be on the lookout to keep your hands on these Blackwargreymons and of course Megadramons and Greymons. Moving forward, we have a playset of the secret rare Blackwargreymon. He's 13 to play normally, 4 to evolve, 12,000 DP. Before I get into abilities, I want everybody to know something. Blackwargreymon and Blackwargreymon do not share the same name. So, for example, with the Caramond and the Suemon, if you have both of one of each on the battlefield, they will not gain the abilities. You only gain the abilities whenever you have one and you play another. And there's a reason why I'm doing it the way I'm doing it is because Blackwargreymon can hard play himself. And also, like I played against people playing this Blackwargreymon blocker decks in 1.0. Hard playing a Blackwargreymon is never a bad thing. I've lost to people hard playing Blackwargreymon. So, Caramond, or not Caramond, the Suemon and the Caramond both work really well with what this deck is trying to do. So I just wanted to make sure everybody knew like the power level, having that extra 2,000 power if you had just one of them on the field is really powerful. But moving forward, Blackwargreymon's abilities are while your opponent has a Digimon with 10,000 DP or more, sometimes that is a level 5 or higher. Like definitely level 6 and 7s will have over 10,000 DP, but some level 5s do, such as the red metal Tyrannomon from set 1.0 does have a 10,000 base. We can play him for the memory cost of 7 pretty much. So we're able to play him for 7 memory and we'll have a 12k body on the battlefield, opposed to playing a vanilla. But he does have a very powerful effect. He says, when attacking, if you attack an opponent's Digimon with the highest DP, unsuspend this Digimon. So as long as we're hitting the biggest thing or the thing that's tied for the biggest thing, he will unsuspend himself so he can attack again. As long as we delete a Digimon doing this or attack a Digimon doing this, we will activate ourselves. And that's where the Sunemon comes in. We're able to get really big off the Sunemon, and then we won't have to worry about anything else. Now, some things I do want to note about the Blackwargreymon. Blackwargreymon, I think people think of him as, I'm going to hard play this card because he's only 7 memory opposed to, you know, his normal 13. I think Digivolving into him might be the better option because the ability to be able to attack all of our opponent's Digimon while also having ability. So, for example, being able to give him jamming and reboot and security attack +1, for example, we're able to attack all of our opponent's Digimon and then be able to swing at their security without losing our Wargreymon to anything that's not an option card. I believe that's one way to build this deck and be very solid about it. But I just wanted to note those words. Now, some other things you can do with this deck, if you wanted to, Wargreymon, you can always take him out for Megadramon, which is the vanilla. But other than that, there's not a lot of room to move stuff around that I did not talk about yet. So yeah. Moving forward, we have our level 7s. I have a 2-2 split. If you wanted to, you could do 3 and 1, or you could do 4 of them. Of either one you wanted to, I just did 2-2 because I have no idea which one I would want to play more. Both of them are powerful in their own right, and both of them should not be looked away from. So first up, we have Millenniumon. He's 15 to play normally, never going to do it. 7 to evolve, or 6 to evolve on a black or purple Digimon, 13k power. When we Digivolve into him, we return one of our opponent's Digimon to the bottom of their deck, and we trash the Digivolution sources. So he's spot removal in his own right because he completely gets rid of it. Unlike a Syossis Breath where we put the card back into our opponent's hand, this gets rid of the Digimon altogether and puts it on the bottom of the deck. So no reanimation, no hard playing or Digivolving back into it. It's gone. We don't have to worry about it anymore. The next ability is an on-deletion ability. If he had a Digivolution card up under him, we can play him from the trash without paying the memory cost. The ability is really good. It allows us to crash into stuff if we have to. So, for example, if we're able to get some power, we're able to swing into a 15k body or even a 13k body and get back. Or it makes it hard for our opponents to Gaia Force him in particularly. Or Trap Sword, for example. So, Millenniumon just so good. Definitely nothing to look away from. The next one is an Omnimon Alter S. We're playing 2 of him. He's 15 to play normally, 6 to evolve on a red or a black Digimon, 15k power. When we Digivolve into him, we de-Digivolve 1 to all of our opponent's Digimon. Then we delete all Digimon our opponents control that have 5,000 or less DP. This is in here for the Rookie Rush matchups or the people that like going wide, like Blue Flood, for example. This allows us to stop those decks cold in their tracks and still be able to keep a board presence of a big beat stick that our opponent has to find a way to deal with immediately. He also has an on-attack skill. The on-attack skill is we can take a level 6 from under his Digivolution sources and add it to our hand to make him unblockable during this turn. Now, something else I want to point out with this Ultra S. If there is a way that we can activate this Omnimon, because of the wordings of Ultra S, we can actually be unblockable for the rest of the turn, not for the one attack that we use that for. So, for example, if we can use a black card to activate him, right? He can swing again and our opponent still can't block him because he's unblockable. Now, looking through everything, I couldn't find anything that would really work very well to do it. But if that was to ever come out, I do want you guys to know that is a thing. The final card in this deck is Looking Back at the Good Times. As a 4 of, this is one of my favorite black option cards and arguably one of my favorite option cards in the game. It is 4 to play normally. The security effect adds it to our hand. During the main effect, the main effect, jeez, trigger de-digivolve one of our opponent's Digimon. Just by one. And then if the Digimon's play cost is 4 or less, we delete it. So this is our only chance at some type of removal. This can also set our opponent back a lot. So for example, one thing I want to say is, let's say they do have the new Greymon and we're playing a black. They have new Greymon and they go, let's Digivolve into Metal Greymon. We play this card and it basically destroys their Metal Greymon. We Digivolve it into this. This costs 4 or less, get it gone. Same as the Metal Greymon. A lot of colors are playing a bunch of stuff that costs less to play, and that's always really good to do. The only thing I know this doesn't work on is a lot of the vanillas in the game itself. So for example, with blue, we have Gorillamon, which costs 6 to play normally. And then with black, you also have Tankmon instead of Numemon that costs 6 to play normally. So, vanillas, this normally does not work against. But anything that has an inheritable ability, 9 times out of 10, this will get rid of. But guys, that is the deck. I hope you enjoyed it. This deck, I wouldn't say is super competitive. This is more fun and for the fanboys of Greymons in particularly. I think this would be a good deck for anybody like that. Some replacements, if you wanted to replace these two Millenniumon and Alteresses because you can't get your hands on them. Another card that you can look at playing, I gotta get down here to it first. If it will load. You can play Beast Cyclone. Oh, you can play Beast Cyclone. We can give reboot to Blackwargreymon, and Wargreymon does have reboot itself, so we're able to get security attack, and if we have multiples, we can go wide. Other than that, I think the deck is pretty solid. But don't let me be the judge. You try it out yourself. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Comment. Let me know anything that you would change or anything that I might have missed about this deck. Also, hit that subscribe button. Every subscription helps the channel, and the more subscription I get on my Digimon content, the more faster I get it put out. But until next time, guys, have a blessed one.